the spring just won't get here, will it?
No, it's been a very strange week with weather up and down.
I had my birthday on the 28th of March last
Oh,
month.
did you? Happy birthday!
Yeah. Now it's the 1st of May today, and we've had 2 days of sunshine in between then and now, and it's pissed it down every single fucking day.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Every day it's been raining.
Yeah, but the temperature's still pretty good. You can't complain about that. This is a summer in Holland, this temperature.
Well, yeah, it's a summer, but we've spoiled ourselves, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've spoiled ourselves. We're living here for so long. My dad said it was sunny in Bradford yesterday. We're out in backyard, but
Downmill.
He says that's not going to last much longer.
No, I remember those summers in Amsterdam. Very nice summers.
Hit and miss. We yours hit and miss.
Oh, but it's just like 2 weeks of sunshine, and then that's it. That's the end of summer.
Yeah,
you'll be done. But very nice. I mean, that was the best time of the year. But it's just so short. But nothing like here. This is going to go on forever.
Do you think is this? Somebody at work said, "Oh, well, it's the early rainy season. We won't get anything in June."
No,
yeah,
nonsense.
That's what I thought.
We're just in May.
Yeah, because them that are listening, you can almost set your calendar by it, can't you? June 15th to July 15th.
Yeah,
is your rainy season. Yeah. And just as kids break up for summer, which is around that July 15th time, sun comes out, doesn't it?
Yeah,
and if you're lucky, it comes out for 6 weeks.
Oh.
And it's brilliant.
It's humid as hell, though. But yeah, it's not bad living on the sea here. You get that breeze through. Yeah.
You do feel sorry for them kids that live in the cities, though, don't you?
Well, I was one of them. Well, not kids.
No, kids growing up in a city in the summer.
Yeah, it's rough. Concrete city in that humidity is pretty intense.
Yeah.
Sweating the second you wake up. Just non-stop, the whole day sweat.
So we're in Golden Week now in Japan, aren't we?
Golden Week!
And it's landed as sweet as it could possibly land. So what you do is you get 4 days off, don't you? But only 3 of them are consistent back to back.
Yeah.
So you get 1, and then you get 3 days in between, and then you get a set of 3. Now, obviously, when years are completely fucked up, you only end up with 2 holidays sometimes, don't you? Because one of them will land on a Saturday, and then you're fucked.
Yeah.
But this year, Showa Day were on Friday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then you've got Saturday, Sunday, which is Sunday today. It's May Day today. And then Monday is a working day. And then we've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off, haven't we?
Yeah.
Now, glass half full Yorkshireman that I am, the only boss that I work for has given us the Monday off.
Oh, sweet.
So we've got 4 days off. But me, being me, is, well, why didn't you give us a Friday off? So we'd have a full 8 days off. But I've just got to go back in on Friday. But I'm still busy. I'm still working those days that I'm off. And,
I'm
you are
back
and all, aren't you?
Yeah, back on Friday, full duty. But I've got work almost every day, little bits and pieces. There's not a day that I have completely off. But it's all right. It's just an hour here, hour there. But yeah, it's nice to be off more than usual. Anyway, I'm sure this is boring to people at home.
Yep. Has Harumi ever shit in your bed?
No. Has she shit in your bed?
Yeah. Will you tell her to stop it? But this, I mean, with the things that's going on in the world, obviously there's inflation going through the roof. There's fuel prices. People can't eat their homes because if they eat their homes, they can't feed the kids. They can't really feed the kids because food prices are going up. Ukraine is getting bombed out of existence, and yet, breaking news, she shit in my bed.
Who? Your missus?
Johnny Depp's.
Oh. So what? We've all been there.
But Johnny Depp's wife,
ex-wife.
Well, yeah. I mean, and it's so much fun to watch.
Why? Well, what surprised me, I didn't want to watch any of that nonsense. That doesn't interest me. But you can't avoid it. It's just on YouTube. It's full of it. Whenever I was trying to watch some news in Ukraine, and it's recommending Johnny Depp's laughing at some lawyer's thing. I thought, why are you recommending this to me? But yeah, it's overexposure. That's what it is.
But what happened was she went to to papers in England, and she went to the worst of the worst. For them,
The Daily Mail.
Sun.
Oh, that one. Oh, because
She
won that, didn't she?
This. Let's rewind tape a bit. So them that are listening, overseas in America and places like that, the Sun is just the fucking worst, isn't it?
Oh, it's not even a newspaper.
The Sun and News at World, and it were
gossip.
I remember
Filth.
when Piers Morgan were in charge at News at World, and that girl had got murdered. You remember?
Yeah,
and he got it back door of a mobile phone, didn't he?
Yeah, he cracked the phone.
Yeah, and I mean, the way that Piers Morgan gets on his high horse with all these opinions, and more people don't just throw that in his face every time. It's beyond me. Anyway, she went to Sun, and the Sun and the media got him kicked off Pirates of the Caribbean, didn't they?
Yeah.
So he is no longer Jack Sparrow, and they were all right films, but if he's not in it, what's the point?
Yeah,
he made that franchise, didn't he?
Yeah, certainly.
So they kicked him off that because of her, and now she's obviously thinking, right, I'm on a bit of a roll here. So she goes to America, and she's trying to sue him there for 50 million.
No, she's suing him for 100 million.
Right.
He's suing her for 50 million. It doesn't make any sense, these numbers. It's such a yank thing to do. Suing someone for 100 million. What? Who's got that kind of cash? Even he doesn't have that.
He's got 300.
Has he?
Yeah.
300 million?
300 million.
Johnny Depp?
Johnny Depp. You've got to remember, Duncan, he's 58, 59 now. He's pushing 60s, Johnny Depp. He's been famous for 30, 35 years.
Well, especially she was a kid,
Yeah. So he's been... I never saw it, but it was 21 Jump Street or something like that.
Yeah, and I think he did the Elm Street thing before that. That was his break.
And he were all the same. I mean, he were a good-looking fucker when he were a teenager, and he were River Phoenix, Keanu Reeves mould, wasn't he?
Yeah, that kind of...
It were like a post-Rat Pack, good-looking kids. I mean, were he after Kiefer Sutherland and Kevin Bacon and all them lot? If he were, he was just after, wasn't he?
No, he was before them, I think.
Were he?
Yeah.
Kiefer Sutherland?
Yeah. I think just a bit before that.
Well, he's a good actor, but when you see him interviewed, you know these celebrities that have been famous since they were kids or since they were early teens or late teens, they don't seem to be fully formed, do they? Do you know what I mean?
Well, he's a bit mad, but so not a bad maddie. He seems to be a good maddie.
Denzel is not like that, is it?
Ooh.
Denzel Washington.
Oh, I don't know. I don't really see many interviews.
But you would. Denzel Washington seems to be all right in Ed, doesn't he? Johnny Depp don't.
In Ed?
He seems to be right in Ed, doesn't he? Denzel Washington.
Is this a movie? Like Edward Scissorhands, Ed? In Ed. I think Johnny Depp, it's one of those weird characters, and he's done so many things with Tim Burton, odd bits and pieces. Nice stuff. Yeah.
But in his real life, there's too many bangles and scarves.
Oh yeah, he's I think he's lost the plot a bit, but so what?
But if she's going to get 50 million from him, and I mean, the tide's turning now because
he wants 50 million of her,
and she wants 100.
Yeah, but that's the next case. Yeah, case now is about him suing her.
But she keeps getting caught out, doesn't she?
I'm not following her that much.
Oh no! She keeps getting caught out with all these lies because she's not telling truth. So
didn't she have to pay money? She was going to donate all the cash that she got from him.
Yeah.
To an abusive charity, for abused women and a kids' hospital, and she didn't donate anything, or did just a bit of it. Yeah.
Didn't donate a thing. But they're bringing all these Elon Musk photos out now, isn't they? Because she was dating him. Elon Musk was dating her before she married Johnny Depp.
Really?
Yeah. And these photos of him walking out with her going into restaurants or some premiere or something, and Elon Musk has got bruises on his face. So
what?
Yeah. You'll find it online, and it looks like she's got a bit of previous,
a bit of temper.
With
a bit of temper on her, is she?
And I don't know him. I don't know him personally, but that Jason Momoa as well, because she was in Aquaman,
Yeah.
and he seems a really nice fella. But even he's saying, "Fuck, she was difficult. She was fucking difficult."
Well, he's a heavy set bloke. I don't think he could be kicked
No, but
around.
just a bit of a prima donna.
Oh,
you know, being a twat to people that she can be a twat to.
All right.
But you were thinking, if you were Johnny Depp, Jack Sparrow, why would you put up with that shit?
Yeah. Well, how did he get involved even? With her?
I mean, she must be fire in the sack. Absolute fire.
Yeah, you're not going to marry someone because she's hot in the sack.
Well,
but this is not the Dark Ages.
But you don't know, do you? But why is he married? Why is he married her then? Because she doesn't seem.
Yeah, exactly.
She doesn't seem to be bringing much else to the table.
No.
She's just. I think she's early 30s, isn't she?
I don't know. I was going to ask her age. Do you know?
I think 32 at the most. And
but I've never seen her in anything. I don't know really who she is. What's she been in?
She was in Aquaman and bits
I've watched
and bats.
that. I don't remember her at all being in that.
But when you see her when she's done up for these photo shoots, she looks incredible.
Yeah, she looks very nice.
But
yeah,
in court, she just looks like another. She's not got. She doesn't seem to have that natural. You know, that X Factor thing that some women have.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. God, I'm sounding awfully. I don't know why he's married.
He should have chosen you.
Yeah, I don't know why. But there's
I would have been good to him.
There seems to be plenty of nicer women out there. But you'd think if you'd been famous for that long, you'd have a radar for it, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
All these women that must be throwing themselves at him day in, day out.
Yeah.
You'd have a bit of a. Yeah, you'd know that sort of wheat from the chaff.
Yeah, it is a bit of a mystery. That I don't know what happened there. I think he's obviously he fell in love and married her quickly, and then found out shit. I've made a massive mistake here. But that's the way it goes.
Well, that's what Eddie Murphy did with Mel B. Eddie Murphy married.
He didn't marry her, did he?
Yeah. He married her and had
I know he had a kid.
He married her. Apparently, they met. And they were fucking each other within, I don't know, days. Banging each other, 7 ways to Tuesday. And then I don't know if it were a couple of months after they got married and then they had a kid.
Yeah.
And then they got tattoos of each other on their arms. And then it just fucking fizzled out as soon as it exploded. And then she's got this kid and Eddie's going, not my kid.
Oh, I remember that. No, he asked for a test, and it was his.
Yeah.
But he demanded a test.
But I think that was his 10th kid. But yeah, just
he can afford it.
A lass from Leeds bagging one of the most famous comedians, the most famous comedians in America.
Yeah.
And she's just a singer from Leeds that landed lucky with an accent like me.
Yeah. What's she doing now? I saw a picture of her actually not too long ago.
I think she's on that Simon Cowell thing, isn't she?
What, a singer?
No, that talent show.
Oh, Brent's Got Talent or something?
But it's in America.
He seems to do these endless shows. Hollywood, or what was it called? The American Idol and all that crap.
Well, that's it. Is it American Idol? It's something like that.
He made a fortune out of that shit.
Yeah. And I mean, he left school without a single qualification. And then I think his dad had some sort of recording studio, and he used to go in when people were recording and just pick up a tambourine and go, Kch, and then he'd get royalties for that. And he used to do it on every one that came in. So he'd start building up that, and then he went into the library, and I think he put all the lyrics onto a computer, and that's how he started. Because he were going, he were banging Sunita. Remember Sunita?
No.
So Macho in 80s, that song. I'm not going to sing it because it's.
Oh, hang on, Christ! Yeah,
this
from the past.
This black singer, I think it must have been 84, 85.
Yeah.
It were when music in the UK were absolute tripe.
Yeah. I remember he was with her.
Yeah.
I remember a very strange story that when he was a kid, he used to go. I think his dad was with studios, but he as a kid used to go into the studio. Where Stanley Kubrick was filming, and Stanley Kubrick, who's this very private character, was sitting in the corner writing his stuff alone, and no one would dare approach him because he's he's a bit mental as well, genius but mental. But he would go up to him and talk to him, and they'd have a game of chess and but because he was so young, he was tolerated by Kubrick.
So,
but it's that's Simon Cowell being pals as a kid with Kubrick. It's a ridiculous story. I remember hearing that.
But you get these eccentrics, don't you, that nobody dare approach, and a kid will just cut through all that shit.
Yeah, I suppose
don't go up to him. And the kid will see that as a challenge.
Yeah, and he's not going to get angry at a kid, I suppose. Well, I suppose he could buy his head off, but yeah.
I remember David Walliams, the lad from Little Britain. He's right pally with him. And because David Walliams already got a couple of kids, and when Simon Cowell got his girlfriend pregnant, he said to Simon Cowell, Simon, when you get this kid, you will love this kid more than anything else in the world. You'll love it more than yourself. And Simon Cowell said, impossible.
Yeah, I think you weren't joking when you said that. Yeah, very selfish character. But then again, I did hear a story that he's he does a lot of work for charity, which he doesn't like to talk about. But apparently, on the private, he's quite good. But I think he just plays his persona.
It's an act, isn't it?
Yeah. But it works. I mean, the Yanks love it. They like this sort of strict, prick, pompous, limey character.
Well, you can't be that much of a twat in real life, can you?
I don't think you get on that famously. Yeah, you can't produce all that stuff if you really like that. But yeah, Christ, that guy must be loaded.
Yeah, well, they say 600 million.
What
is worth? Yeah, 600.
Double Johnny Depp.
But you think that program is a franchise? Britain's Got Talent, Brazil's Got Talent, America's Got Talent. It's worldwide. It's syndicated worldwide.
Yeah.
And
even
I don't know how much he's getting for everyone. It's like Celador, that Dutch company that did Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Do you remember?
John the Mole made all that shit. He made quite a few spin-offs with Big Brother and stuff like that.
That is the world over. Yeah. And did he invent Big Brother?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
The money he must be on.
Yeah, and responsible for the worst TV in the history of the universe.
It's cheap, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's cheap telly.
There's no writers. You just got to build a little space and camera people.
Were it €1 million in Holland that you were getting?
I remember the first time that aired, and I was watching because what is this?
Yeah.
And I got a bit into it. The first Big Brother, and then there was a second season quickly, and that very quickly got very boring.
But the Brits, we loved it.
Oh, it's still going on all over the world. Yeah,
they're still. I remember that first one, Nasty Nick, with that fella, wasn't it? And he would just going behind people's backs talking about them.
But you're right, it was $1 million. It was $1 million.
No, I'm on about Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Were it €1 million prize in Holland?
Yeah, I think so.
I remember travelling around Eastern Europe in my old Citroen, and we got to Latvia. And Who Wants to Be a Millionaire were on, and the top prize like $5,000. That's what it was.
Oh yeah,
Who wants to have $1 million shekels?
$1 million lira.
Yeah, it wasn't much.
Do you want a check or in cash?
But that fella, there were a fella in UK that got done for cheating, and he ended up doing time for that.
Yeah, that was the
coffer.
Yeah. He was an ex-soldier when he was a major or something.
He ended up doing time for that.
Yeah, that was very odd. The audience member coughing very conveniently, very strange moments.
But it was Chris Tarrant, and he was like a dog with a bone. We've got to press full charges on this twat. And I think he were part of him getting doing time. I mean, you'd fine him. Obviously, you take the money back and you fine him. But it's just getting one over on the man, isn't it? I can't see how you're breaking the law.
Yeah.
Unless you've signed something.
I'm assuming they've got to sign something. Yeah, I remember that bloke getting done, yeah. Chris Tarrant, didn't he get up in the news for beating his wife or something? Or
Chris Tarrant was a radio show host in London, and is it the Countess of Wessex who is that gay prince's wife? Prince Edward's wife?
No doubt.
She were his assistant, and there's a picture of him before she got in with Royal Family. There's a picture of him in the back seat of a car, and there's a photograph getting taken, and he's ripping her shirt up, and there's a bit of underboob showing. And the personal assistant went to the newspapers when this Countess of Wessex were getting married and sold out photos. Made a fortune. But then Chris Tarrant is calling her out on radio and on TV. And well, how can you do that when it's you that's getting the tits out? But there were a kids' TV programme called Tiz Was in the 80s. And that were on during the day. And then the same producers had a risque evening show that started at 11 o'clock called OTT, Over the Top. And Chris Tarrant was the host on that. And it were tits out and everything. And that were tits out on TV when nobody had the tits out on TV. So I would stay up, try and stay awake on a Saturday night, at my little black and white TV, turn the volume all the way down, because I lived in a bungalow. My dad had obviously got wind of it, so he's watching it in the living room, so I could hear the volume from the living room coming into my bedroom, and I'm watching it as well. But that's the only way you could see tits. And that were Chris Tarrant. But he were a teacher, and he had absolutely no money at all, Chris Tarrant. And he had a VW bus, and he lived in the bus outside the school that he was teaching at.
Did he?
And the postman delivered his mail to the bus.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's changed my mind a bit. I thought he was an annoying character.
Oh, he is annoying, but he's not had it given to him.
Yeah. No, I didn't know he was a teacher. I usually got good backup teachers. I like teachers. Craig, what's the other bloke who used to be a teacher? I found that out. Craig Davis? No.
Who's Craig Davis?
The bloke.
Craig David?
No, I don't know. Man Down.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's a good show. Very.
That right tall fella.
Yeah. He looks like Rick Mail.
Well, Rick Mail played his dad.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But when I first saw him, I thought Rick Mail's gained some weight here.
Yeah.
What's his name? Craig?
I don't know what his name is, but he's really tall, and his stand-up is fantastic, because he talks about the first time he did stand-up in Asia, and they were looking at him as if he was some sort of fucking freak show. I think he's pushing 7 foot.
Yeah, he's a tall fellow, yeah. But he was a teacher.
Yeah. But he used to teach deaf kids.
Oh, yeah, there's that story of his mic being on while he's taking his shit.
Yeah. But that sitcom that he wrote is more or less what his life was 20 years ago when he was a teacher. Because Rick Mail played his dad fantastic.
Yeah, classic stuff. That scene where he shoves him into the Christmas tree. Great scene. And he has a great fall as well. Does it very well.
I mean, he stole the show and everything he was in, didn't he, Rick Mail?
Yeah, you can't. If you give that man a bit of limelight, he's gonna hog it.
It's such a shame he died.
Yeah, I've got his picture downstairs.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. His last thing that he did, he was doing a Dutch show. He was appearing as an extra or as a character in this Dutch thing, and he just died. He died during the making of it.
In Holland?
No, I think they were filming it in maybe Spain or somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw the behind the scenes of, and they're all fans of his and the actors, and he hogs it, the limelight. But yeah, he died during the making of that. I don't think it ever got finished, that project.
Because he went for a run, didn't he? He went for a run, and then he come back. And
I thought it was the dog, walking the dog, I thought.
No, he went for a run, he come back, he's in the kitchen with his wife, and down he went. That were it, done.
Heart attack, was it?
Yeah.
Well, the second time he died, right? Because he was declared dead once before.
That fucking quads.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with the quads.
Yeah. Yeah. Came back from the dead on Good Friday, I think.
Yeah. Because that went over on him, didn't it?
Yeah,
Crushed his head, and he had to learn to walk and speak and everything.
Yeah,
didn't
all over again. Yeah. Oh. When he died, Ade Edmondson is touring. I think he's in Australia with his band. And he's on stage. There's a live show, and it's on YouTube. And he's talking about how he's just heard that Rick's died.
Yeah.
And he dedicates a couple of songs to him. And he has these in between songs. He talks to the audience about some of his memories of Rick and how they'd laugh and stuff. And it's nice. It's a good bit of film.
But the young ones, I remember it was such a pivotal show in my life because it's the first time that me and my dad liked something that were the same.
Apart from your mum.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't like your mum.
It was the first time that we bonded on something. Because I'd said,
yeah, it was a great show.
I'd say to my dad, let's not go to bed yet. Young Ones is on. He's like, what the fuck do you want to watch a Cliff Richard film for? Because he thought it was that. I said, it's not.
That was the name of the film. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He says, I said, it's Young Ones. He says, let's just stay up because it was 9 till 9:30. So he sat up and watched it, and my dad had never seen it, and well, I'd never seen anything like that before. And then I think it was every Wednesday or every Thursday night.
That was pretty groundbreaking, wasn't it?
My mum wouldn't let us watch it in the living room. Can't have this on in the living room, so me and my dad had to sit
in case the neighbours hear it.
Knows. So me and my dad had to sit in kitchen with a little portable telly and watch it in kitchen.
How did your dad put up? I mean, you can't watch it in the living room. What? The ceiling's going to come down.
I don't know if it were my mother. I don't know. We can't have this filth on in the living room. so off we trotted to.
But the kitchen can have it.
Off we trotted to the kitchen and we'd watch it. And it were better because it felt more rebellious to have to go and scurry away and watch it somewhere different.
Yeah. Huddle up.
So we'd be sat on stools in kitchen watching it, and then it'd finish and off I'd go to bed. And it was first time. And then my dad would watch, because Saturday Night Live were on in England, the British version.
Yeah.
And they were the Dangerous Brothers.
Harenfield?
No, the Dangerous Brothers were Rick Mail and Adrian Edmondson.
Oh, yeah, of course they were, yeah. I do apologise, Rick.
And my dad, one Christmas, my dad went out looking at all these shops and he found all the clips from Saturday Night Live with the Dangerous Brothers, and he gave me it for Christmas. One of the best Christmas presents I've ever had. And I can't watch it now because who's got a VHS recorder?
Yeah. I think I had one, but it doesn't work anymore.
But he found it, and we'd watch that until it were nearly worn out.
The Danger Brothers, that's right. Yeah.
But yeah, my mother she wouldn't have any of it for some reason. Wouldn't have any of it.
What a great show that was. Alexis Sale was on there.
Alexis Sale, Ben Elton. I mean, the other two fellas, Nigel Planer, who played Neil, and the other fella,
Christopher something, yeah.
Because they were the side characters, weren't they?
Well, especially the Mike.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was doing. I didn't find that funny at all, his character. But he does appear in Bottom.
Yeah.
Later on.
Yeah. Yeah, Bottom as well.
That was a great show. I remember the first time that came on, episode 1, I was ready for it, taped it. I watched that 1,000 times.
I think that were better than Young Ones.
Yeah, I like that.
Because
very much.
It were the Young Ones without the chaff.
Yeah.
You just got the two characters that everybody wanted to see.
Yeah.
In a situation that everybody wanted to see them
in their full glory.
Yeah. And I went to the live show that. They did a live show.
Oh, they did about 4.
I saw the 93 one, so it was after the first
one,
series.
Yeah, I saw it on video.
It was in George's Hall in Bradford, and it was his hometown. And everybody came out. They had to put on a couple of extra nights because everybody come out for it.
Yeah, that was a great show. It went on a bit because I think they did 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And Ed didn't want to do it anymore. And there's an interview where Rick, I think he's telling the story. He says, "I can't make the cunt do it." And I think Ed just had enough. He was doing his music and I think cooking shows, and he did appear in a couple of movies as well, bits and pieces. And then they did a film, Guest House Paradiso.
I never saw it.
That was good. This is all right. That got slated. That got done in the press. They went to town on that. But I liked that. It was great.
When Rick Mail got Drop Dead Fred,
didn't like that at all.
It took a bit to get going, but I liked it. But when he got Drop Dead Fred, I thought it was going to be a Dudley Moore Peter Cook situation where Ed Edmondson got left behind and he went off to Hollywood. But he didn't seem to do much else, did he?
No, but that tank, Drop Dead Fred, wasn't. The Yanks didn't get that character at all.
No.
Totally lost on them.
Because he'd go into garden, didn't he? And he got dog shit all over his shoes and he wiped it all over the living room. You remember? He walked in. he walked in on his hands after being in garden, and then her mother had sort of taped off the living room because they'd just had the carpets and the sofa cleaned, and then he vaulted over with dog shit all on his shoes, and then he wiped it everywhere. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And for a Brit, it's hilarious, but I can't imagine the Yanks enjoying that
Just
sort of
it's
humour.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think his humour would go well at all in America. Things like Bottom or stuff like that.
Now, and I can't understand why Monty Python went well in America, because I didn't find that funny at all.
Oh, I like that very much, but
Life of Brian, Monty Python's Flying Circus just didn't. It just over my head.
Well, there's not much. I don't think there's much competition in America at that time, because that's early 70s.
Yeah. But then Fawlty Towers, Jesus Christ, that were just joyous.
Yeah, classic. Yeah.
Fawlty Towers were just absolutely fantastic. But this is why I think Johnny Depp is so funny in court, because he's spent so many times with British comedians that I think it's rubbed off on him. Because when he's saying she shit on my side of the bed, he's having to say the fecal delivery had been done on my side of the bed, and everybody knows that he wants to say she shit on my side of bed, but he's calling it a fecal delivery, and he's smirking and he's saying it.
Yeah.
So he's in on it as well. He's in on it with the rest of us.
He was in the Fast Show. He was a
Yeah,
big
yeah,
fan,
yeah. Because he goes into clothes. It's the
Suit
two
You.
fellas. It's
Yeah,
Suit
yeah.
You, sir, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he was friends with Paul Whitehouse, because Paul Whitehouse appears in a Depp film as well.
Is he?
Yeah.
Which one's that?
The one that wasn't very successful with Johnny Depp's got this moustache thing. He plays this very eccentric lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about.
Paul Whitehouse plays the his classic famous Greek immigrant, London Cockney accent.
Because they were saying that Johnny Depp's films don't make money. There's only the franchise ones. You know, the Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, Blow.
That was good.
That was a fucking brilliant film. That made a bit of money. But
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, one of the greats.
But did it make money? Did it really make money?
No, it's not commercial. No, but I don't think he's a commercial success, bankable. He doesn't choose those kind of projects, except for the Pirates.
Edward Scissorhands. What were the
all those Tim Burton things?
That Crybaby one.
Oh yeah, that was good. That's nice. John Walters. Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow were good.
Yeah, all that Tim Burton stuff.
And what was that one where he's a book detective? Is it The Seventh Window or something? Or the Ninth Gate? The Ninth Gate?
No, that's Ron Polanski. Yeah, Ninth Gate.
Ninth Gate, I enjoyed that.
I didn't like that at all.
Didn't you?
No, it's boring. But Polanski's the famous paedophile child rapist.
Well, I thought that film was fantastic.
I don't know, I didn't like that. Dead Man, that was good.
The one where he's with Marlon Brando, that were a bit rough.
Yeah.
Before Brando died, he did a film with him.
I've already heard.
and just before he died, but it wasn't good.
Oh, was that the Doctor something on the island?
No, that was Val Kilmer.
Yes, that's right. Didn't like that either.
Because he got halfway.
Marlon Brando.
Huh?
He was with Marlon Brando in the film.
Yeah. I remember. I think the last scene, they're walking on this beach, and I tell you, the film with that shit, I can't remember what it were about. So, but he's definitely done a film with him.
Yeah. He's had his project, I suppose, whatever he wants to do.
And he's also pally with Ricky Gervais, and he were over.
Yeah.
He were over in England a lot when he were banging Kate Moss. So he got pally with all the big bands in the 90s.
Right.
So he were over there all the time, and like fucking Madonna, it just rubs off.
Yeah.
Just this British thing. The Americans that want it, love it. But I can't understand it. Because it seems very grey to me. Does the UK? I can't see what the attraction to America the UK has, because it just seems like a shit America does the UK.
Yeah, there's a bit.
What would, I mean, you're not really a Brit, are you? But what would be the attraction for you? Would you pick it over Holland? Would you pick the UK over Holland?
What do you mean?
If you had a, I mean, a lot of these Americans, they come over to the UK and they love it, and I can't understand why. Because in America you've got everything.
Oh, each country has good bits and bad bits, you know.
But if you had to make a choice, Holland or UK,
what football supporting? What are you talking about?
On a whole,
live?
on a whole,
I don't see things like that.
What's Holland got that? What does Holland do better than what we do?
Plenty of things.
Like what?
Well, it's hard to define. If you've lived in different countries, you'll see it. What's Japan got that England hasn't got?
Safety.
Yeah, that's
but then your kids grow up without street knowledge, do they?
You'd rather have that.
Well, if my kids decide to go and study in the UK when they're 18, they're going to have a lot of problems, especially if it's in...
They'll be mugged right away.
I think if they were in fucking Winchester or Chichester, they'd be all right. But if they're in the middle of Liverpool, I think they're going to have a rough trot. Or Glasgow.
Yeah, your son will be arrested within a couple of days. Your daughter will be pregnant within a few days. It's the innocence of the Japanese travellers, yeah.
But you don't know, so they ain't got that.
Yeah, true. Oh, what's the temperature, you think?
Today? Yeah. I'm reckoning 13.
That's great.
It's just started raining again.
Well, when I was coming back, I bumped into, that's unfortunate, I bumped into like 5 different people, students of mine. And they're all saying, oh, it's a cold day. No, it's come out of the sea. It's lovely. This is a summer day in Holland.
When I saw you when you were coming off the beach, I was cycling outside you, and then that kid walked past you and said hello, and then the woman said, oh, hello.
Well, the mother of the kid, and then the other student with her mother.
Yeah, and then I heard her say, this is my mother. And you fucking laid it on so thick. Oh, hello.
Yeah.
And I thought,
oh, lovely to see you.
And I thought, and that's when I just
you left.
I fucking rode off because I thought any minute now he's going to introduce me, and I don't want to do that, so I fucked off.
Oh, I was not in the mood for that. I just had a crash on the sea.
But this is the major difference between me and you. You want in the mood, but you put the effort in. If I'm not in the mood, I just hello and carry on and piss off.
I'm surprised you even say hello.
Just ignore them.
Spit in them. No, because that's business. That's my livelihood.
Yeah.
They pay the bills. So I feel a bit rough today as well. I had a drink yesterday.
Was that daughter, the daughter of the woman that said hello to you, this is my mother? Were there 3 generations going on there, or were there 2 different customers?
No, they were different. They were different customers, yeah. The kid is part of a group, and the other lady is a Saturday, also a group, yeah.
But that adults. Kid were on her own, wasn't she?
No, the mum was just behind.
Was she?
With her newborn, 2 months newborn. Yeah, they live on the same street here. Yeah, that's a good little group. They have 3 kids. That's $5,000 for 40 minutes. It's nice.
Right, on this same road that Duncan's talking about, there's a cake shop, isn't there?
Yeah, new called the Circus. Very nice. I highly recommend it. But then I don't recommend it because it's
right.
So new one.
The pros.
What?
What are the pros? What are the good things about that? Is it a sit down coffee affair?
Yeah. This it's a bit of a hipster place, to be honest. It's their second shop. The other shop's in Fujisawa. And all this, you see the outside, the doors and everything is very hipsterish. And you come in, and it's called the Circus, which already suggests, look how wonderful and original we are. And it's the best cheesecake I've had in my life. 2 options, gorgonzola or camembert cheesecake. And it's real. I've never had that flavour before. And did you have a piece, actually?
No.
Okay, well, anyway. So, okay, I'll buy one. That's was it 2,800 yen
in real money? Dollars?
So that's about almost $25.
$25 for a cheese. And now, is it a cheesecake or is it a slice?
No, it was a cake, but the weight of it was less than I think the same weight as an iPhone. It weighs nothing. Because I was carrying it home in the bag. I thought, that's very light. And then I realised, even when I took it out, the bag is almost heavier than the actual cake. But it tastes very good. But yeah, $25 for that.
Did you go for the gorgonzola or the?
Gorgonzola, yeah. But best I've ever had in my life.
Have you gone back for the camembert?
No, take out a loan.
So when they give you it in the bag and they said the price, did you? I'm sorry.
Well,
or did you just pay it?
No, because of neighbours, I had to do my bit and just opened it. I just got my credit card out because I realised I didn't have enough money in cash on me. I'll have a little cake, yeah. How much? Pardon?
You see, another major difference between me and you, if they'd have said, "Oh yeah, I'll have that gorgonzola cheesecake, 2,800," I'd have just gone no and walked out.
I'm surprised you would have said no. I thought you just walked out, not even acknowledging that you've heard it.
I'm sat down ready for a coffee, and they come over and say, "Oh, 2,800," and just stood up and left.
Not even any anger, just direct leaving.
2,800 yen for fuck's sake.
Yeah, but it's smaller than your hand. Like,
did you share it or did you have it all to yourself?
I cherish that. No, I gave it to the missus as well, and she liked it.
Did she 2,800 yen like it?
I think her words were, "Oh, that's a little bit expensive." And then I was, they're fucking mine.
So in the real world, what would you have paid for it and thought, yeah, that's right, that's about right.
Oh no, I'm the
1,005.
I'm the wrong person to ask that because I'd say 500 yen, but then you can't make that for that. But that's Japan. You can find a cheaper cake. You can. But you can also find the best of the best if you want. It's available, and people often think Japan is so expensive, and that's true. You can find expensive stuff, expensive food, certainly. But you can also find very cheap food and of good quality as well. You go to the 1 coin obentos or takeouts, you can find very good stuff. But in London, in Amsterdam, you certainly cannot find was that £3 lunch for £3 and a good lunch with a cup of tea and stuff that you can't find that in Holland.
But you've when you first get here in Japan, if you're lucky, your first year is fucking hand to mouth, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got to struggle. Yeah. It's not just unless a big company's bringing you over and sorting you out with your digs and and stuff. You've got to rough it.
Yeah. I remember I had to ask for just an advancement on my salary because I couldn't actually buy food.
Couldn't feed yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember being so when I got here, I was 34 when I got here for the first time, and then the struggle started for about a couple of years, and you think.
A couple of years? Oh no, just maybe 2 months.
Well, no. Well, I didn't really get going properly because I was still in party mode.
Yeah, there were days when, especially those first few months, where you certainly a lot of drinking.
You've got to get yourself out of the struggle, otherwise it'll fucking grind you down.
Yeah, you got to be a bit careful.
But yeah, I was thinking, fucking hell, I'm 34. Should I be going through all this shit at 34? But then when you get through it and you go to the other side, and like where we are now, you think, well, I needed to go through that. Because if I'd have landed on my feet and ended up with what I've got now, I don't think I'd appreciate it as much.
Yeah, I suppose so. But it's nice to go through those strange waves of ups and downs.
I couldn't afford fresh veg and fruit, so we're eating pot noodles. And my finger ends were so dry that all the skin on my finger ends I could just pick it off. Yeah, so it was like the finger ends were dying.
Christ almighty. I do remember I was living together with a mate, and the money we were making, we had to pay back because we borrowed money from the boss to live. And then we finally got some cash and said, okay, what should we do? Well, let's drink. Yeah, obviously, yeah. And we had to choose between food or booze. And we just chose booze every time.
I were getting a loaf of bread, and it were lasting me a couple of days, 2 tins of tuna, and a bottle of Kewpie mayonnaise. And I'd have a tuna sandwich for my tea every night, and a 6-pack of beer.
Nice.
Yeah. But
the work.
But it's what you've got to do.
Yeah. Well,
it's what you've got to do.
go through the motions.
What time are you back at it then?
I've got an online thing at 2, and I just noticed somebody cancelled already for 1. So,
Well, have you got any more business before we wrap this up?
well, I mean, do you know what's funny? Do you know what's funny?
A joke.
In this Golden Week, everyone's complaining how cold it is, and I'm really enjoying this weather, except for the rain. That's a bit annoying.
It's just started raining now, and I'm gonna have to go back in this crap.
Well, the rain is a bit annoying, but the temperature's perfect.
It's not. It's too cold.
You reckon?
Yep. Yeah. Saying that, me loving people, other people suffering. This week on beach in Zushi, you've got the Zushi Beach Film Festival. So they put a cinema up on beach, and they play films over the week. So it's good. On Friday next week they'll be packing it up and off they go, and they'll be back in late April, May next year. So they had the first film last night, and me and Sophia were walking on beach, and sun was still up, and it was fucking cold. But there were people sat out, and you can't play a film until the sun goes down because you can't see it. And them being Japanese, they've got all the mats set out, and they're sat there waiting, and it's going to be like 2 hours before it kicks off. So the fact that it started raining now fills me with joy.
There we go.
Yeah,
that's the true.
So I don't know.
Coming up.
I don't know if they're going to have a showing tonight, but I remember pre-COVID 2019, a typhoon whipped through, so they cancelled it, and then it was cancelled the following 2 years because of Corona, and now it's on again.
Oh right. Yeah, the fireworks have been cancelled here, which they would appear in August, but they've already cancelled it.
Why?
I don't know.
Why are people wearing masks? It pains me to see fit and healthy people in the 20s and the 30s wearing masks outside.
Well, wearing masks at the beach in a quite a strong wind.
Yeah.
Without anybody near you.
Healthy people going running. Healthy people on the bikes in full lycra who look like they're pushing out at least 50 kilometres wearing a fucking mask. Even if you're cycling with your mates, what have you got a mask on for?
Yeah, bizarre.
51-year-old, I only put a mask on when I go into a supermarket or I'm inside because I don't want fucking people. Oh, God, look at it. You know? That's the only reason I put it on, otherwise I won't put it on. I think I had it in February, so that gives me 3 months. 3 months of antibodies, so I don't have to wear one. I don't know. Have you had it yet? I think I've had it twice.
Oh, well, once. Yeah, that was enough. Yeah, weird times. But I'll be glad when it's all over and dusted with. Christ, it's back to normal.
I want to go on holiday.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not that desperate because it's just great to live in this area, but I would like to be in a new place, wherever it is.
What I want this year, I'm going to Hokkaido in August, and I want to go to Thailand at Christmas. That's what I'm planning.
When that cold comes back, I wouldn't mind being somewhere else. Yeah. Well, there you go.
So fingers crossed.
The best. Yes. And on that bombshell.
Are you going to sort your hair out now?
My hair?
You look like you should be in Pearl Jam.
It's all salt.
Yeah?
Yeah, completely salty.
Right then.
Crunchy hair.
I'll pack this up. I'll get piss wet through again. And then I'm at work this afternoon sending people on their merry way into marriage.
Yeah.
So we'll see you when we see you.
Yeah.
Goodbye, folks.
Ta-ta.